We're back. And we have somebody named Mark Radcliffe in the house. So hello, Mark Radcliffe. Tell us a little bit about you and your stuff.
My whole thing. Well,
yeah.
I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm based here in New York. I live in Dumbo right now. This is actually my second stint in New York. I was here about 10 years ago. I lived about 20 blocks away, like Columbia area. But I bounced all over the country. I grew up in New England, like Maine and Vermont.
Oh,
and,
really? Where in Maine?
Maine, Auburn, Maine. A little shout out to Auburn, Maine peeps who may or may not be listening.
Right. And, how far into Maine is that?
It's like 45 minutes. It's like
so you're near the bottom of Maine?
Yeah. Most of it's like in the southeast. The rest of the state's all timber and mountains and, and cold tundra. It's a little chilly, but no, it's like an hour.
How far from Portland?
Like 30 minutes, 30, 40, something like that. Yeah, I was just up there this weekend actually.
Was there a lot of snow?
Yeah, my flight out of JFK got delayed a nice 6 hours.
Was it because of here or because of there?
No, it was raining up there. It was fine there.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It was inverted. It was like freezing here.
It's been like that lately, actually.
Making sense, yeah.
Yeah, DC's got the worst, and then Maine's got it easy.
The further north you go, the sunnier it gets.
There you go, exactly.
You got crazy
So
times.
do you have gigs coming up?
I do. I've got one, it's a little ways off. April 8th at Rockwood Music Hall.
Oh, that's one of my best friend's birthdays, April 8th.
Well, you're going to have to
she's having a party. They're having a big party for her, actually, on the weekend.
Right. Okay. Well, this is a Wednesday.
Yeah, I know.
So
no, it's a Thursday.
April 8th. You maybe. Does anyone have a calendar? But
I think it's a Thursday because I usually know the dates of Wednesdays, and I do believe April 7th is the Wednesday.
You might be right. We got it right there. April 8th. I thought.
Thank you.
No, you are right.
My mind works in mysterious ways.
Luckily, I have you here, so I don't confuse my fans. April 8th. It's. Have you been to Rockwood Music Hall?
Yeah, of course.
Great venue.
I videoed her the first time.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah. No, it's a really intimate venue. It's great. You really kind of feel like you're because you physically are 3 feet away from the performers.
Yeah, and it's nice sound, and it's a cool vibe, and it's an elitist room.
Yeah, it's getting harder and harder to get in there. They get I saw Nora Jones playing in there a little while ago, kind of like a secret kind of performance. But yeah, they're getting some pretty big names in there. But I had my CD release at the bitter end a little while ago. I have a copy of my CD here somewhere.
Yeah, let's put on a track while we're talking to you at least, so like we can.
Why don't we play In the Sun? That's kind of the first track in the album. That way I'll make it easy. You won't have to skip through. This is kind of a song about getting through the tough stuff and finding your place in the sun.
Oh, I like it. It sounds nice. Who are your influences?
I've got a little. I kind of grew up on U2, the Indigo Girls, and Van Halen.
All right. Well, that works.
I don't know if you hear a whole lot of Van Halen in this, but I think you hear a lot of like gradually building to a crescendo, and trying to speak to universal themes of like taking a look at yourself. And
so when you play, you said are you a solo artist or
I do both. My CD release I had full band at Rockwood. I'm not sure. I'll probably have at least a guitarist join me, but I play alone a lot, and I got a bunch of effects boxes and harmony boxes, so I sort of fill it up a little bit.
Nice. I like it. Sweet.
Yeah.
Wholesome.
Some people say they hear a little
John Denver. I like John Denver, and don't judge a book by its cover, man.
I grew up on a little John Denver. Eagles, Beatles, John Denver.
Yeah, I hear Eagles.
Ricky, a lot of people say they hear Eagles.
I hear Beatles. Well, kind of.
You get the harmonies going.
Very Eagles, now that you mention it. I knew there was something, and I couldn't. Now that you said it, not me.
That's my
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Are you plaligizing
I'm
the Eagles
just ripping
here?
off the Eagles.
You are, man.
So some people, recently I got compared to, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, some guy said, if John Mayer has become a little bit too much of a douche for you, try Mark Radcliffe.
Really?
So I'm a big fan of John Mayer.
I think he just sold out Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, so I'm a huge fan of John Mayer.
I don't really think people are getting too sick of him. I think he's got his little girls following him around.
There's a little trouble with some Playboy interviews recently, but
he has a little bit of an attitude, I think, but that's what gives him his little edge because he's a little sweet in his music, so he's got to have his little edge somewhere.
On the side.
There you go. Again, don't judge a book, man.
Yeah,
but totally. I did see him play one night in a little intimate party, just him and a guitar, and I wasn't really like a John Mayer-aholic.
Right.
But when I saw him live doing his little thing, that guy has charm up the wazoo.
Yeah.
He like radiates something.
Yeah, there's
that's
a reason.
what it is. It's like the dog's scent, his scent is good.
Yeah, no, there's a reason he's successful. I mean, the guy does stand up in his spare time.
He does do weird things like on TMZ and.
He has no filter. He just kind of runs his mouth a lot. But anyway, I'm a fan of his stuff. But a lot of.
Do you play guitar like him?
A very percussive kind of. Cause I grew up doing like I used to play, like Van Halen and Satriani capping.
Wow.
It wasn't until I was in college that a friend of mine was like, "You should try singing. I bet you have a good voice." I was like, "I don't have a good voice. No, it's terrible. It's terrible."
Oh, I saw a shred kicking band last night.
Yeah, where was that?
At Mercury Lounge.
Yeah.
They, what's that movie? Because I can remember their name because, they're Mahavatar.
Huh?
Mahavatar. I did really good interviews with them, too, that will show up on the show, and they're going to come into the studio and visit, too. We had a great time, but they are like metal.
I can hear it. Like just the name conjures
Mahavatar, they say it's vitamin M.
Right.
And it
Get your daily dose of vitamin M.
It was really, really...
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm curious to hear you now. We heard
all
the
right.
CD.
You throw it down.
Let's
all
set
right.
you up, Mark Radcliffe.
Sure.
Ashley, our little lovely intern. We're working her to the bone today. She's got to put her texting away or her twittering, whatever it is.
I'm trying to figure out
Mark Radcliffe. You got websites you can say? Well, you got to speak in the mic. Otherwise.
This one? Will this work? All right. Yes. Please check me out at markradcliffe.net. I'm on Facebook and Twitter and MySpace and all that. And you can find all those if you just go to Mark
Radcliffe. You spell Radcliffe a special way, so
I do. I will spell it and Mark with a K.
Yeah, so spell it because in this day and age,
yes,
I don't want you to feel we messed you up by not.
No. Mark M-A-R-K Radcliffe R-A-D-C-L-I-F-F-E.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Gotta have that E at the end.
It's not like the school.
And it's .net.
It's not like the school in New England that you grew up in.
No. Well, no. Actually, the Radcliffe College in Boston has an E at the end.
Then it is exactly like the school.
Yeah. And
I only think of Love Story.
It was mostly an all-girls school for a long time.
Radcliffe was an all-girls.
They didn't let me in, but
it was the girls' Harvard.
Yeah, right.
I know, and the movie Love Story, I always just think of her because she went to Radcliffe.
That's right, yeah.
That's how I remember.
Most of the time now I say, do you know of Harry Potter? The guy who plays Harry Potter is Daniel Radcliffe. Same way he spells it.
He spells it too?
Yeah.
Well, that would be living in the now. I kind of live in the then. But I know who Harry Potter is.